You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button.
LeFou awaits, shores, fires, ground ball towards Dickinson, glove side handled, throw to first, and the Tigers stay in the winner's bracket with a 9-5 victory over UCLA.
Chris Blair on the LSU Sports Radio Network. LSU, you heard him say it, dispatches the Bruins 9-5, the resumption of a game that went into the weather delay on Monday night with LSU leading 5-3 after 3 innings. You wondered what LSU would do on the mound with Anthony Ianson burned, how the offense would respond, what the energy would be like, and we very quickly got all of those answers. Kason Evans was awesome, going 4 1/3 right there in the top of the 4th. Ground out strikeout, weak single strikeout. The bats come up after 2 quick ground outs. You turn the lineup over. Derek Curiel single, Ethan Fry walk, Stephen Milam RBI single, Jake Brown RBI single. Just like that, it's 7-3. Tigers are off and running. They wouldn't look back. A little bit of a bumpy 8th, which we'll get into. But LSU wins 9-5. And now for the first time since 2009, LSU has won its first 2 games in Omaha, and they are in the driver's seat. Of course, in 2009, Tigers would go on to win the national championship. So we have seen LSU do it both ways. In 2009, they were in the winner's bracket, rolled through, won the national championship. 2023, they came out of the loser's bracket and got it done. This, I would say, is the easier path. Now we wait and see what happens tonight with Arkansas against UCLA. Here was Jay Johnson just a bit ago after LSU beat UCLA.
Great win for our team. Really proud of them. The mindset piece with the disruption of the game last night because of weather. I thought the response in the first inning after giving up 3 to come back and score 4 was very much in character for our team. I think Anthony did a good job settling in and getting us 2 zeros. And then, love the tempo that Kason set today. I thought he was outstanding, as he always is. And then, again, good job by our offense. 2 outs, nobody on, and get a couple guys on and get them in with more really good 2-strike hitting. And then Kason continued to do his thing and turned it over to Cooper. Got us a big out, and then Chase was awesome again.
When you look at what LSU was able to do in this ball game, their ability to hit with 2 outs, to generate offense with 2 outs was pretty incredible. The 4-run first, obviously that came with 1 out, but the RBI, the Luis Hernandez RBI in the 3rd, came with 2 outs. Both runs in the 4th came with 2 outs. The run you pushed across in the 8th came with 2 outs. And the run in the 9th came with 2 outs. So an incredible job by this offense to be relentless, to hit 1 through 9, to be productive, to put up 9 runs, which was plenty enough for LSU to win this game. I think our tendency right now is to just start with today and think about what the decision to run Kason Evans out there and what happened subsequent. But I do want to go back and talk about what happened on Monday night because it was part of this game, and that's happened since the last time we were here. It was so disappointing to watch how the game started in the top of the 1st, where UCLA scored 3 runs on 4 hits, and Anthony Ianson needed 23 pitches to get through the 1st inning, and they only hit 1 ball in the air to the outfield. It was ground balls on the infield that were giving LSU trouble. The first one that, Dickinson tried to flip to Milam to throw to first base. He had another one where a bleeder that went through the 6 hole. They just kept hitting the ball on the ground, and it was finding space and creating trouble. And you wondered if that would be sustainable, and the answer was that it was not. And to Ianson's credit, he came back with an 11-pitch 2nd inning, a 10-pitch 3rd inning, and because it moved with a little bit of pace, you were able to get through 3 innings before the weather came. The bottom of the 1st, though, I don't want to overstate it, but it was just the most critical part of this game. Because yesterday on the show, if you remember, Nick Cope was here, the play-by-play guy for UCLA, and he shared an incredible stat with us. UCLA this year was 26-1. 26-1 this season when they scored first. That Zay team is very comfortable playing with a lead. And not only did they score first, they got up 3-0 on you in the top of the first, and you immediately responded with a gigantic rally. After Derek Couriel grounded out on the first pitch of the game, Ethan Fry, single. Stephen Milam, double. Jake Brown, an RBI single on an 0-2 pitch, by the way, to make it 3-1. Then Jared Jones comes up with the big swing to push it to 4-3. For everyone who's wondered, should Jones come out of the lineup? Hell no. That's why Jared Jones never comes out of your lineup. I told you, I was at Fenway last Friday, and I watched Aaron Judge start 0-3 with 3 strikeouts against Garrett Crochet. And then in the 9th inning, he hits a shot out of the stadium, tied the ball game. That's why. I tell you this all the time. It's just what baseball is now. You don't see walks and hit and runs and stolen bases and bunts. You don't see it anymore. You see that. You see dudes who might go 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, but when the one's a 3-run bomb, perfect. For Jared Jones, he did more than just go 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. He had a fantastic day offensively across 2 days, which we'll talk about. So you're up 4-3 just like that. And I don't want to underscore or understate the importance of Luis Hernandez's RBI single in the 3rd, especially in the context when you look forward, when in the 8th, they had a little bit of an uprising. It's 8-5 in that situation. They have the bases loaded. You can look back, and I understand LSU got an insurance run, and Chase Shores was awesome and slammed the door. But Luis Hernandez, remember that sequence in the 3rd. You lead off the inning with a 9-pitch walk by Fry. Then Milam walks. They bring in the lefty to face Jake Brown. And that's when Brown tried to bunt. Ugh, struck out trying to bunt. Why are you bunting Jake Brown anyway? Then you go strike out Jared Jones. So Luis Hernandez is now up. Remember, they led off the inning back-to-back walks. They gave you back-to-back walks to start the inning. You're about to waste that opportunity. Luis Hernandez, 2 outs. Boom. RBI single. The run comes home. It's 5-3, and that's when we'd ultimately see it go to the weather delay after that. So not only was Luis Hernandez's single there huge, I thought Daniel Dickinson, the little flare that he hit with 2 outs in the 7th, he didn't hit it hard, hit it right off the end of the bat, but they were playing him deep, and he found grass that made it 8-3. And then the RBI single by Jared Jones in the bottom of the 8th, I thought was critical. I mean, you found a way to manufacture a run after Couriel grounded out. Ethan Fry walked. They went to Hawk. He strikes out Milam. Jake Brown singles on the first pitch. Then here comes Jared Jones with another RBI single. He was awesome. The middle of your lineup in this ball game was terrific, and it's one of those things that makes LSU so dangerous that they have the ability to hit 1 through 9. It's not to say that everyone's going to hit every game 1 through 9, but they have the ability. And in this game, when you look at LSU's run production, Milam had an RBI, Brown had 2 RBI, Jones had 4, and Hernandez had 1. That's 4, 6. That's 8 of your 9 RBI came from your 3, 4, 5, 6 hitters. So on a day where Derek Couriel was 1 for 4, Ethan Fry was 1 for 2. He walked 3 times. You found ways to get on base. Scored. Ethan Fry scored 4 runs in this ball game. You found a way to get your table setters on and your run producers to drive them in, and you put up 9 runs. And not only did you put up 9 runs, but in this game you also left double-digit men on base. You had 12 hits, and I'm looking for the left on base, but I think it was 10. LSU had 10 left on base. So you scored 9 runs on 12 hits, and you left 10 on base. I mean, you were constantly applying pressure to their pitching staff, and it was just an awesome day across 2 days for LSU, and not just across 2 days with the interruption, but UCLA ran out 9 pitchers. They ran out 8 pitchers in the game. Make sure it was 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. They ran out 8 pitchers in this ball game, and John Savage consistently was trying to find matchups. And, it worked for him in the 6th. In the 6th inning, after you went infield single by Stanfield, and they hit Derek Couriel, they get the strikeout of Ethan Fry. So you got 2 out. Here comes Stephen Milam. They go get the lefty to turn Milam around to the right side, and then with Jake Brown to follow, they got an advantage with the lefty on the mound, and it works right there. He goes Milam fly out, Jake Brown ground out, and all of a sudden he's out of the inning. So there were times where it worked for John Savage, but going to Hawk, his closer, Easton Hawk, in the 8th was a calculated risk that just blew up in his face, and now he probably doesn't have his best bullpen arm for tonight against Arkansas. So all that to say, LSU's offense kept having different arms, different looks, different arm slots, lefty, righty, thrown at them throughout the course of this game, and they continue to adjust beautifully. I thought it was a great day offensively for LSU, considering all the variables they had thrown at them. We have to talk about the pitching plan as well and what they did with Case and Evans, which if you're here yesterday or on Locked on LSU or any of the times we talked about it, fully endorsed going to Case and Evans and for exactly the reason it played out. I want to talk about that and what it means for LSU on Wednesday, potentially Thursday as well. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.